Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Blood River. On the southern side, as the Eldar, we've got ProfiD's. On the northern side, as the Dark Eldar, we've got Vrax. Vrax will be opening with a couple of Mandrakes, a Dark Foundry, and a Plasma Generator. Whereas ProfiD is going to go for a couple of Guardians, Fleet of Foot Research, and an Esper Portal, as well as a Plasma Generator. So not only is this a classic matchup, but it's also quite a fitting themed matchup. Dark Eldar vs Eldar, born and bred enemies from the day that they were both made, or were they made? They weren't made really, they were kind of forced into existence through unforeseen circumstances, shall we say. Yeah, we're going to see some Dark Reapers for ProfiD, as I suppose no matter what the Dark Eldar go for, the Dark Reapers are going to be quite good against them. On Dark Foundry, we're going to see some Hellions, I assume, or maybe just skip over them and go straight for those Reaver jet bikes, although we're not seeing a Homunculus Laboratory at the moment. And those guys will be able to keep up with the swift and nimble Fleet of Foot dudes over here, so that'll be a way forward for them. Also good to keep up the pressure on these far-flung relics on the top sides and the bottom side. That's what we'll call them. Top and right, bottom and left, however one wants to really differentiate them. Ah, there we go, there's the Homunculus Laboratory. And then there is the Hellion squad as well. Don't think we'll see a Farsi yet, at least not for a good chunk of time. Although then again, in saying that, if Vrax did go for the Hall of Blood opening and gone for an Archon and some Warriors instead, that would have been a viable thing. But like I said, the Warriors would not be able to keep up with the Dark Reapers, and Dark Reapers can outrange them quite nicely. Quite an aggressive stance for ProfiD. It's going to come straight inside of Vrax's base and see if you can shoot them down while trying to avoid any mischief and madness. Popping down a Tower of Loathing on there. Not to build up just yet, but just to prevent that decapping. And here come the Hellions. And even if they can't engage these guys into close combat, they are quite decent. I mean, they don't do a lot of damage in range when they're on the move, but they're at least able to continuously shoot these guys while keeping on top of them. So that is a thing. And Dark Reaper's been chased around by the Mandrakes as well in the middle of the river. Almost getting sliced down there, but narrowly avoiding that with their Fleet of Foot maneuverings. The Guardians are going to get an extra model in there just for some more DPS. And I assume that these guys are going to probably provide the majority of the early game damage if the Dark Reapers are constantly being shoved around. So it might be an idea to get some grenades on these guys, although last time we saw ProfiD played the Eldar, we did not see any grenades from them. I suppose that is a little bit of green money that they don't necessarily need to spend this early on in the game. I've seen a early support platform inside here, which makes sense, as these Reaver jet bikes don't really stand up all that well against structures. And yeah, this one basically covering this side and this side, and a little bit of this side as well, so there's not going to be much argy-bargy in between this trifecta of listing posts for them. But double Reaver jet bikes now, and much like the Hellions, they will be able to keep properly on top of the Dark Reapers all the way through this. Dark Reapers, if they're unable to... I mean, in a straight firefight, the Dark Reapers will probably be able to kill a Reaver jet bike or two, especially if they are supported by a platform. But if they're being constantly shoved around by the Hellions, the Reavers will win all day long. Might be an idea to also see if they can snipe out a couple of Burn Singers or two. After all, the Eldar do require the Burn Singers to build up their... I completely forget what it's called, but the thing that they need to build to get to tier 2. So no builders means no tier 2 for the Eldar. But keeping these guys on the back foot with their upgrade listing shrines. And while the Dark Eldar might not be able to push into the base proper now, they can at least get the map control on. As long as they prevent the Eldar from getting a foothold on this relic and this relic over here. Tower of Loathing already built up, and a Tower of Dominance being built up on top of it. So quite a swift map control from Vrax over here. I'm concentrating on the critical locations. We are seeing the Mandrakes move over onto the right side. Left side being attempted to be controlled by ProfiD's Eldar. Reaver jet bike's quite nice. Thinking about going around onto this side to circumvent all this shooting nonsense. There is one Plasma Generator currently unprotected at the moment, so quite nice to see the chink in the armour. Hellions being blasted by double Dark Reapers. I'm not seeing that Dark Reaper Exarch on them at the moment, which you would normally see that's the first thing that players tend to go for, as a Dark Reaper Exarch or any Exarch for any Eldar squad does massively increase their damage output. but that means still a little bit. All-single Warlock on them, which does a fair bit of damage. From what I understand, the Warlock's lightning is basically akin or equivalent to another race's when they get their sergeant upgrades and they get the plasma guns or plasma pistols on them, should I say. Maybe not as powerful, but happy in the middle. So not bad to get a Warlock on them as of when you can. These guys just chilling out over here. Guardians over here about to finish capping this, but the Hellions will probably sort that out. Lickety split. Dark Reapers attempting to go down the middle, but I don't think moving too far outside of their home base will do them any favours. Not necessarily. Guardian's been chased away by the Hellions. As triple Reaver jet bikes manoeuvre around, but the heavy cover is on their side. Could probably blast these guys up. No problems, but those Dark Reapers will be coming over. Just in case any cheeky shenanigans happen. From the perspective of these guys. Early game economy is 92 and 40. Compared to 98 and 30. So relatively even. One Reaver jet bike goes down. Definitely need to make sure these guys are repaired. Then again, they are quite cheap, so it doesn't really matter if they die. You have one Torture Slave attempting to put these guys back to good health. Good stead, so lovely to see. Always, always recommend that you do it. Every time I see it in a game, you've got to highlight it. Because it's best practice. What's thinking Homunculus? So you're not in Tier 1, are you? No, so Homunculus is available for the Dark Eldar in Tier 1 in Unification. Able to place down a Torture Amp, Torture Rack, a spinny little thingamadoodad that slows manoeuvring down. It's not a bad idea against the Eldar, and especially when they're cut off on this little choke point here. And placing it down over on this side, you can already see a little cloud on these guys, slowing them down quite considerably. If it wasn't for the fleet of foot, they'd be absolutely knackered at the moment. Not taking that much damage, but still not ideal. On a map like Blood River, you've got to be really, really careful when contesting these critical locations. Once you go down here, the only way out is to fight through or to run past. Loving the placement of these minefields as well. As the Reaver jet bikes decide to go around this side, they will get blown up quite quickly. One squad of Guardians almost being squad wiped here, but might potentially. No, Homunculus changing his direction. Soul Shrine, that's what you're called. Now I remember. Hellions seem to be caught on a lot of things recently in this engagement. A little bit of stuttering movement from their perspective. Also, massively overcommitting here. Potentially getting shot down. There is a second support platform here. Maybe a bit of overkill. But in saying that, all these things been upgraded. Double support platforms as well. So the Eldar, or should I say the Dark Eldar, are definitely not getting in here anytime soon. But Tier 2 about to finish for them. Also, more Reaver jet bikes. Which, like I say, don't know if the Reaver jet bikes are now very viable, as they won't be able to they won't be getting in here anytime soon. But they've got 2 extra Towers of Loathing out of this map control shenanigan stuff, so not bad all around. That torch ramp will stay there for an ever amen until another one is built up or it gets destroyed. So we'll just mill round over on that side. Guardian's been shot down pretty quickly. They are in a negative cover. And I assume that you are going to go for the Reaver jet bike upgrade. That would make sense. Another torch jump. In fact, there's still stack. Oh no, you can build up as many as you want. You can have a field of torch jumps if you so please, or choose. Another Guardian squad almost been wiped out, but not quite. And a third Dark Reaper squad being placed down. I suppose it does look like one squad of Guardians have been killed. Yeah, you're just Mandrakes. Mandrake's been reinforced to maximum numbers. At 45 blue, it's not a super duper investment, but can't imagine the Mandrakes being all that useful in this matchup. Unless, of course, they get their infiltration. Here comes a Falcon Grav Tank. Will help reposition these Dark Reapers much more effectively. Also a lot easier to micro them as well. And have you upgraded your... No, you've not gone for a Star Cannon. So it comes out that big zap automatically. Here comes a triple Reaver jet bikes coming over this way. And... Oh, Fire Dragons. Yep, Fire Dragons. You have finished your Tier 2. So Fire Dragons will be absolutely ideal at sniping out these Reaver jet bikes. Also, good at cracking open these Towers of Loathing as well. We'll go for Dark Lance add-on, just to add to the anti-vehicle defensive capabilities of Dark Eldar. Gone for a second squad. Oh no, you're not a second squad. It's been split up into 2 segments. There's only 1 squad. And very quickly breaking these guys down. Dark Reapers jumping in and out. Dark Lantern just finished. That does not get rid of the regular shooter bits of them. No, they've now got 2 guns, or 4 guns in total, really. Archon looking to see if they can cause some torture and badness and sadness. Oh, I quite like this. Faking them out, bringing all the Dark Eldar's tension over here, and then bringing some Fire Dragons onto the bottom right-hand side to take down that Tower of Loathing. Now they've got access to a relic. Even jetbikes, I do believe you've now got your upgrade. Upgrading the support platform with a D cannon. Massive AoE damage. And if you remember, many, many moons ago, we did see 1 Reaver jetbike, or should I say, about 5 or 6, being killed by 1 Blastmate support platform with a D cannon on it. Gotta be careful with that positioning on those swift vehicles. Double Falcon grav tanks manoeuvring around, so might need to see some Scourges from these guys. Got a Hekatari Witch Squad on the way. And there they are, the Scourges. Looking for more members, and already got a couple of Dark Lancers on them. But, well, Grav Tank attempting to outposition these guys, but they've got double jumping juice in them. So will flee away. Got to be very careful with your positioning of the Scourges, as they are exceptionally fragile. Attempting to build another Tower of Loathing on here. Or was that just to prevent any capping nonsense? Infiltrating Mandrakes, that's what we want, that's what we need. And did you cancel those witches? I think you did. Would really benefit these Mandrakes if the witches share their combat drugs with these guys. Help them get into combat a lot quicker. The Reapers now with their Reaper Exarch, but being forced to fight amongst each other from that Archon's foul Crucible of Maledictum. Sometimes can't remember the name of that ability, but today I have. So well done, me. Give me a biscuit. Some description. Lots of shooting, those Mandrakes going down. No problem, especially when moving through that river. Archon also standing in that negative cover. Won't do him any favours, being shot down very quickly. Main man himself goes down, and a full Archon wipe there. So much firepower coming down on this side. Even the Dark Lances. I mean, they managed to take down that Falcon Grav Tank, but sacrificing 1 whole squad of Mandrakes and the Archon as well. I've got the Fire Dragons inside the base. Entire Witch Squad attempting to do some stuff. The idea that Falcon Grav Tank going down at least opportune time. I've been slowed down by the wonderful placement of this torture ramp here. A long walk back home for them. Attempting to shoot it a little bit as they walk by, but walking and firing is not what the Fire Dragons are known for. We'll lose a couple of models, but no major damage being done there. 4 Fire Dragons over here. My goodness, the amount of attention to detail and micro that this double assault requires is absolutely sensational. And a 3rd support platform. Don't know if this is ideal. Current economy is 116 and 50.
Incoming
And 135 and 66.
Incoming enemy fire.
Hekatari Witches pestering these Fire Dragons on the northern side. Fire Dragons been left to their own devices, as ProfiD is probably focusing on what's going on over here. Like how that the Fire Dragons are standing on top of the mines in case the Witches come in. But they will. Oh no, 1 Fire Dragon manages to survive. Nearly. Come on, just carry on running away. I'm going to stand there. A last stand of the Fire Dragons. And constant poking and prodding from both sides from Vrax here must be taxing ProfiD's micro. Double Dark Reapers continuing to do what they can from the Falcon Grav Tank. Witches and the Hellions been blasted apart by whole smorgasbord of fire support. But again, all of this stuff could have been reinvested somewhere else. Could Going to go for a superior optics, which will massively increase the damage output of the Dark Reapers. Let's see how much it does. 45 and 60 turned into. Okay, right, you don't update that. Fair enough. Ignore me then. Combat Jugs activated, which is attempting to get into position. But this is a very defensible position for the Eldar. They could just run around all day long, and all these support platforms will be firing. Flanking maneuver from the Falcon Grav Tank, dropping down a couple of Fire Dragons. Not ideal at shooting down infantry, but they are going to engage in close combat. Do next to 0 damage in close combat, but at least the Scourges are being occupied, allowing that Falcon Grav Tank to stay alive. Here come the Warp Spiders. Great repositioning and also focusing on the heavy infantry, which is massively overstaying their welcome. Doesn't look like a squad wipe for them. Archon losing a Incubi, and now the Eldar in a prime position for an assault. They've got the... What are you called? You've got the... What are you? Oh, you've got Guardians, but they've been upgraded to... Have you been automatically upgraded to Dire Avengers? Yes, you have. There is an upgrade that the Eldar can go for, which makes the Guardians a lot better. So you've got your Dark Reapers for anti-infantry. You've got your Fire Dragons for anti-buildings and vehicles. But in saying that, they have got the Warp Beasts. They have got those Scourges. If they're able to get those Warp Beasts a mass in number, it should be alright. As those little beast is able to munch through anything and everything very swiftly. Seeing a stun go on those Fire Dragons, preventing them from following up, but Fire Dragons are not best primed for this kind of engagement. Vrax is starting to avoid all forms of vehicular nonsense. Scourges, oh sorry, not Scourges, the Hellions continue to try and fight over this relic. All the Dark Elder nonsense over here has been deleted. And the Chimera pack, sorry, they're not called Beast Packs. This is not vanilla. This is not your mother's game. This is a big boy game. A Wave Serpent with a lot more room for more boys. It's going to be quite difficult to keep on top of. Warp Beast's been surrounded. And just as they get into munching range of those Warp Spiders, they do jump away. Aliens continuing to capture some stuff. Archon out of position. And this is, oh my goodness, just so much firepower. Those Scourges have been absolutely wiped out. There's a monstrous Chimera. Only buy these guys now if you've got one Warp Beast, sorry, not Warp Beast, Chimera pack on the field. Got Demon Armor. And the Eldar don't really have anything specifically dedicated to anti-demon stuff. This Chimera pack might cause a bit of an issue. Scourges jumping on the left-hand side. Hellions on the right. Warp Spiders repositioning themselves. I don't know if they've got much jumping juice left. There's only one. There's 2 squads even over on that side. That still is a lot of firepower. The Monster Chimera basically ignoring all that incoming damage. He's having a little bit of a play date. All the guys in the middle. Warp Beast's been brought down to number quite quickly. They can only type one Warp Spider pack at a time. Wave Serpent now is going to ignore that Monster Chimera. Now been brought down to yellow health. Going to run amok inside the base. Archon attempting to come out and say hello. Homunculus brought down low very quickly as well. Just running amok. Dark Eldar ain't got much left. In fact, they've got one Chimera pack munching on themselves. Oh no, they get the morale back. They decide not to eat the Packmaster. Vrax attempting to punch a Wave Serpent into non-existence. And that's the problem with the Dark Eldar in the late game. A lot of their units that are really, really strong are also melee squads, which all this transporting stuff is very good at negating. Archon with his stun on Curse and Maledictum and stuff, really good at negating the Eldar's maneuverability. But not ideal. Might have been an idea to see what they call the Venom Serpents, or I think they're just called Venoms. They're like the basically like mobile missile vehicle stuff for the Dark Eldar. Might have been quite good to counteract the Wave Serpents and the Falcon Grav Tank, as they can avoid those Fire Dragons just by swiftly maneuvering away. But no, we're not seeing it. So yeah, it was a really aggressive game from the get-go, basically. But Vrax making a fantastic job at controlling both of these relics all the way through the game until maybe the late game with this side in particular. But making sure that he's focusing on attacking both sides. We did see ProfiD build up these support platforms, which normally isn't a good idea, but like I said, being able to build it in the middle of these 3 listening shrines basically made this place unassailable from the Dark Eldar perspective. So that way it basically frees up his brain space to focus on defending over onto this side. And yeah, just being able to hold on till late game and then using the Eldar's superior maneuverability to negate those close combat units from the Dark Eldar in the late game. So very nice, excellent stuff from both these players here. So thank you so much for sending this game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. Mine's been Mr. Lunchshark. Pleasure's always never short. Now we'll see you in a bit. Peace.